The Denver Broncos win in Buffalo for the first time in years. 24-22 was the final score. The Denver Broncos are now 4-5 heading into week 11 as they host the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday night at Mile High. What's up, everybody? Kim Becker here with E5280 Sports and Lifestyle presents Between the Lines. Let's take a look at what went down in Colorado sports and see what we can get excited about over the next few days. The Denver Broncos went into Buffalo not really expecting to win by many. They were 7-point underdogs, but Russell Wilson was 24 of 29. He threw for 193 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Josh Allen, quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, was 15 of 26, threw for 177 yards, had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Javonte Williams led the team in rushing yards for Denver with 79 yards over 21 carries, while Courtland Sutton was the leading receiver with 53 yards over 8 receptions. The weirdest night for both the Bills and the Broncos ended up in a Denver Broncos win and ended up in Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey being fired by the team the next day. The Bills were so shook by losing to the Broncos that they had to fire their offensive coordinator, which was weird because honestly, yes, the typical mistakes that Josh Allen made were not the best, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily the offensive coordinator and the offense that made all of these mistakes. Special teams, 12 men on the field for the last second field goal kicked by Denver. That one really was what hurt the Buffalo Bills. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of mistakes made by both teams. They hurt each other. They hurt themselves over and over and over. But the Bills just hurt themselves a little bit more. And the Denver Broncos came out with a win. They will host the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday night. Can they get their 4th consecutive win? We'll find out on prime time. The Colorado Avalanche are 9-5. After some brutal losses the last couple of weeks, they will host the Ducks in Ball Arena Wednesday night, then hit the road for their next 2 games in Dallas and in Nashville. The Avs beat the Kraken 5-1 on Monday night and got a much-needed bounce-back win after losing to the Blues at home this weekend, 8-2. NHL Network tweeted on Tuesday night that Cale Makar, who has 69 career goals, only needs 6 more to break the franchise record of most goals by a defenseman in Avalanche and Nordique's history. He is only 25 years old. We are witnessing history right before our eyes. Even though the Colorado Avalanche had some really terrible losses the last couple of weeks, hopefully they can get back on track with guys like Cale Makar. Coach Bednar speaks so highly of him and the other guys that he has on his lineups. And, he doesn't seem very panicked when you hear him do some interviews on Altitude Radio and whatnot. So hopefully we can all steer away from panicking because I think that that's what a lot of us were doing after some of the losses that the Colorado Avalanche sustained the last couple of weeks. The Denver Nuggets beat the Los Angeles Clippers Tuesday night in Ball Arena 111-108. They are 9-2 overall, undefeated at home, a good 7-0 in Ball Arena, and they're 2-0 in the in-season tournament, currently leading West Group B. The Nuggets will play their next 5 games on the road, but Coach Malone has reportedly signed an extension with the team. In his 8 years here in Denver, he has led the Nuggets to 37 postseason wins. That is the most for any Denver Nuggets coach in franchise history. So congratulations to Coach Malone and another exciting week right here in Colorado. I'm Kim Becker. I'll see you next week for another episode of Between the Lines.